Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It's Gary again. It's a Thursday. I just did one a couple hours ago. I'm in the mood. Some days I get inspired to talk. Just ask people I used to work with. Anyway, this one's called Hot Foods. I was thinking about it because I saw a commercial on TV that brought back memories when I was still working for the grocery store. There's two area tri-state of Cincinnati where I live. So the tri-state is Ohio, Indiana, Kentucky. We call it our tri-state. There's a local company in Cincinnati called Queen City Sausage. Cincinnati's called the Queen City. It's been called the Queen City since I've been living here, and I've been here since 1981. Move this camera. That's better. Anyway, it's called the Queen City. And so the sausage company that's out of Cincinnati called Queen City Sausage, they've been supplying grocery stores in the tri-state with smoked sausage, hot dogs, bratwursts, zebra packs. When you have the smoked sausage and a bratwurst all together, it's a multi-pack. Vienna sausage. It's a very popular sausage company. Another sausage company comes from northern Kentucky. Actually, I'm not sure if it's northern Kentucky or the Lexington area, but it's called Bluegrass Sausage and Mets. And it's a different texture sausage than Queen City Sausage, but it's along the same lines. They had the same line of stuff. They had the bratwurst, the metwurst, they had the hot dog, and those are the things that they carry. That said, I never really started dabbling into hot foods until the mid-90s because I was exposed to being around it with all these meat cutters. I was just taking their recommendations and trying stuff. And I grew up in a Polish household. I mean, I was born American, but my grandparents came over here from Poland back in the turn of the century. And with them, they came with Polish kielbasa, which is a sausage. And it comes with its own spice, but it's not hot. You have to move to Cincinnati, which is basically a German town, because after World War II, we became inundated with a lot of Germans that came to Cincinnati. Anyway, that said, when I tried my first smoked sausage from Queen City, they were demoing it in the meat department this one afternoon. And they were demoing regular smoked sausage on a toothpick that had a little stand set up in the meat department, and they were demoing it for customers. They had a Queen City sausage and the Queen City hot sausage. And I tried them both. And the hot had a little bit of a kick to it. It was doable for me. Some people thought it was not hot enough. And I don't know, maybe a couple of years went by. I'm going to say more than a couple of years. Maybe 5 years went by. So now we're entering the early 2000s. Queen City came out with extra hot and super hot. I think it's super hot. I know they said extra hot and then super hot. And then right along, and then their competition, Bluegrass came out with the same thing. Maybe Bluegrass is the one that says super hot. And Queen City is extra hot. Regardless, they are hot. They are so hot. If you're not ready to eat that type of food, and you're not from, let's say, I'm gonna backtrack a little bit in this conversation. Unless you're from El Paso, Texas, or the Gulf Coast of Texas, or Louisiana or Alabama, if you're not from the southern states where from birth to death, all you eat is hot food. Down the bayou. Those fuckers can eat hot food all day long, like it's nothing. But that said, here we are in the tri-state. First time I tried a hot sausage by Queen City, it was called extra hot. I took 2 bites and spit it on the ground. I was at a grill outlet, spit it on the ground, like, God damn. My mouth was lit up like a Christmas tree. And that was extra hot. And then a friend of mine was laughing at me. He goes, "Oh, Gary, you can't eat that stuff?" I said, "That's too hot for me, man. I like to regulate something. I'll have the hot sausage, but I can't have the extra hot." which leads me to my next subject. So this was like in the mid 2000s, like 2004, 2005, and the company I worked for was having a picnic. They had picnics every year for the longest time, and they got away from it. But they were having a picnic, and the people that organized it worked in the deli and in the meat department for the food. And they brought the bluegrass super hot, the bluegrass hot, Queen City hot, Queen City extra hot as the hot section. And then, of course, the bluegrass regular smoked sausage and the Queen City regular smoked sausage and brats for the people that don't want to go near the hot stuff. I had this guy, Larry, that worked in my department in one of my home stores. And we dared this guy. Larry liked to be dared. He was one of these guys that like, hold my beer. He was from somewhere in Kentucky, somewhere in a holler. He said, hold my beer. I'll eat that super hot. They ain't gonna bother me none. Give me some of that super hot. So they put it on a roll for him, and he put some mustard on top, and he started eating the super hot by Bluegrass. After the second bite, and we're all watching Larry eat this thing. After the second bite, you can see his eyes, on the bottom of his eyes, start to pool up with water, with tears. And they were swelling up in his eyes, and you could see he wasn't wearing a ball cap like I am today. You could see his forehead start to beat up with water. I'm not lying. It started to beat up with sweat, but the pools in his eyes, it started dripping out of his eye like in a tear. I said, "Hey, Larry, you all right?" "Yeah, man, I'm all right. I can eat this. Wow, yeah, I can eat this. Give me some of that beer." And he's drinking his beer, trying to put the fire out. Well, all the beer's doing is make it worse. But he was in pain. He was in so much pain after the third bite, he put the rest of the thing down, that super hot bluegrass. He put it in the plate and then delved into some potato salad to help put the fire out. Larry was bald anyway, he never had hair, but the top of his scalp was beating up with sweat. His forehead was beating up with sweat, tears of sweat. I'm not lying. And his eyes were dripping, tears coming out of his eyes. And his cheeks started turning red. He was in fucking physical pain. And he ate the whole thing of potato salad. And then he went and he got some bread, regular bread, eating some bread, drinking water. And he's sitting there just wiping his forehead, dying, sweating. And like a half hour went by, he was starting to level off a little bit. And a couple of people were saying, "Hey, Larry, you all right?" "Oh, man, that was hot. That shit was hot. I don't know where they got that, what they put in that shit. That was hot. I'm glad that's over." And I thought to myself, and I said to a couple of my guys, it ain't over for Larry. It ain't over for Larry. And they're like, "Well, what do you mean, Gary? What do you mean?" I said, "Wait till tomorrow morning comes. And the shit's got to exit him. He's got to go take a shit. Because he's going to have to take a shit. His body is not going to be able to hold that in. His bowels are not going to be able to hold that. You think because the pain in his palate and his mouth and his throat, it's over? No, it's punishing his intestines right now. He doesn't know it. See, all the Pepto-Bismol in the world is not going to help him, because tonight he's going to have difficulty sleeping because it's going to be gurgling in his intestines, that heat. I don't know. They may have put habanero peppers in that sauce. Or in that sausage they called extra hot or super hot, because habanero peppers are hot. They are one of the hottest peppers out there. They have the most heat in Scoville units. Look it up, Scoville units. It's a guy named Scoville came up with units per heat years ago, and it's called the Scoville. It's got a zillion and one fucking units of Scoville in a habanero pepper. They look so harmless. Just try one. Take a bite. You'll be in the ER because your throat will tighten up. It'll swell. So the next day, Larry called in sick from work because he worked in my department. He called in sick. He said he wasn't feeling well. Well, no shit, he weren't feeling well. He was probably sitting on the porcelain god, blowing it out. And because I'm speaking from experience, that happened to me. I tried some of this extra hot sausage one time, just a couple of bites. And the next day, I was shitting my brains out, and it was burning my ass coming out. Because it's burning going in, it's burning going out. And I know people out there watching this are saying, yeah, Gary, you're right. You are absolutely right. That's exactly what happens. And then what you got to do, and this is only by trial by fucking fire, what you got to do is, after you take a shit, you're going to go naturally try to wipe your ass. You can't. You cannot touch it with anything. Because it's the area of your ass is just flaming red. No, I'm serious. Your intestines pay for what what you took in your mouth. Your intestines paid for it, and everything coming out your ass is fire. It's just fire. So you can't wipe your ass. You could try. It's going to make it worse. It's going to make it more painful. You might get some blood down there. God, Gary, how raw do you want to get? I'm talking about hot food. That's what hot food does. The people down south, because they've been eating it since they were like kids, they're immune to it. Their bodies are immune to it. I had some lady that used to shop my store. She was from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. And she was an older lady. And she used to say to me all the time, she goes, heat keeps the doctor away. You eat all that spicy food keeps the doctor away. You never heard that, boy? Hot food keeps the doctor away. I imagine it does. Because whatever you're eating, whatever they put in that sausage is going down to your intestines. Anything that's cancerous or other is eating at your body. It's destroying it in your body. It's going through your veins, your blood, everything. I imagine she's right. And she was an older lady, you know. I don't know how old she was. But you got to be careful when you're eating that hot food. When it says extra hot or super hot, believe them when they say that on the package. And then if you're curious, flip it over. Look at the ingredients and see what's in there. What did they put in there to make it hot? I bet there's habanero in there. Habaneros are like, they look like banana peppers, but they're round. They had the same color as a banana pepper. I love banana peppers on pizza. They're not hot. They've just got enough zing to them. They're great with pizza. But it looks like a banana pepper in the color, but it's round in shape. And you eat one of those, you're fucked. Unless you're Iron Man and you've been raised on hot foods, you're fucked. You'll be in the ER. But and then there's hot sauce. I mean, I started out with Tabasco sauce. I started out by putting it on my scrambled eggs in the morning. It's pretty good on your scrambled eggs, especially if you have a cup of coffee to go with it, because you're going to have some heat on your eggs. It's got a nice combination with the eggs and the heat. Not too much. The eggs put out the fire, and then you chug down some coffee. It's pretty good. It's actually very tasty. But this is a short one today. I just wanted to go into hot foods and hot sausage. When it says hot, believe it. And whatever you do, if you take a shit the next day, because you're going to have to after you eat this stuff, Gary, why do you got to get so graphic? That's how I am. If people don't know my content yet, get used to it. This is me. This is me. When you go to take a shit the next day, because you're going to have to, your body has to get rid of this stuff. That heat's got to, the intestines can't hold it in there anymore. It's got to blow it out. Don't go near it with toilet paper. Just deal with it. Just sit down on something real soft, because it's going to continue to come until it's gone. It'll be in the form of probably diarrhea. I mean, if it gets real bad, go in the shower and give yourself a human bidet, which is another story completely. If you wipe and it's still on the, if you continue to wipe and it's still on the paper, you got to do the human bidet. That's where you get into a shower, you bend over, facing away from the stream of water in the shower, bend over and pull your ass cheeks apart and let the water clean you out. That's called the human bidet via shower. That's my term. I call it the human bidet. I've been doing it for years. I'm not ashamed to say it. It works. It fucking works great. People are laughing at me right now saying the human bidet. Oh yeah, great butcher boy. Sure. That's not me. But in the quiet moments, when they're taking a crap one day because they got diarrhea so bad from what they ate, they're going to think of what Butcher Boy said the human bidet. I do the penguin walk. You know what the penguin walk is, when you can't move your ass, you can't move your feet really well because you don't want your ass to do this when you're walking. You do the penguin to the bathroom, get in the shower, do the human bidet. It works. But you wouldn't have to do any of that if you ate the right food. I mean, don't eat hot food. Stay away from the hot food unless you can handle it. Stay away from garbage like McDonald's and Wendy's and all that bullshit. Anything like that's loaded with preservatives is going to give you rectum rockets. It's going to give you the rectum rockets. Trust me when I say that. Oh, yeah, that's another one of my terms. Rectum rockets and foul bowel. Yeah. Trust me, I've been through it. I've learned. Here I am, this program, sharing with you the do's and don'ts of hot food. And then the results of the hot food. And which would best be taken care of by the human bidet. The shower. Don't touch it with paper. Trust me, it'll hurt. That's all I got. This was a twofer today. I did one this morning and I did one this afternoon. Wow. I'll shut the fuck up for a while. I'll let these sink in for a minute and I'll come back to you probably Saturday. That's all I got. Stay away from that goddamn hot food. Take care of yourselves and each other. Peace out.